what life's about, something of the truth.
The truth? Oh, what do you want with that? Now, look, if you want to be a success in life, forget the truth.
I can't just forget it.
Well,
That is a clip from a Hammer horror film, which is Dracula has risen from the grave. And I remember a pasta chick coming on here and just, she wanted to know some hobbies or whatever things that people like to do or whatever. I like to collect horror movies on DVD. I have just a massive collection like you would not believe, and one particular horror company that I like is Hammer Horror, and this is one with Christopher Lee and I thought it had Peter Cushing, but it doesn't. But I'm a big Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing fan. Hammer Horror. But anyway, like that, I was watching this movie and I saw that clip and I was like, I gotta put this on here. And you know, the man had said, forget the truth or whatever. That's easier said than done. I get comments and messages all the time from people who are just like, just move on with your life. Just forget about the truth and just stop being so bitter and just move on. If you don't want to have nothing to do with it, just move on. That is easier said than done. Because if you were born into the organization and were raised a Jehovah's Witness, it's hard to get that JW Watchtower truth thing out of your head. It really is. Now, I'm 40 years old, and I haven't been to a meeting in probably 10 years or so. But even still, cheers to Mike and Kim. This is happy hour for me. But even still, when like a Tuesday night or a Thursday night or a Sunday morning rolls around, you still kind of have that little in your mind where it's meeting night, or it's Sunday morning meeting, or it's Saturday morning, it's field service time. You still kind of like have that back in the just a little part of your brain. Everybody knows what I'm talking about because I have it almost every week. It's Thursday. You know, if I was still a JW, I would be getting dressed and going to the meeting. Thank God I don't have to do that anymore. It's the truth, and everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to come on here and say, is that it really is. It's hard to get the Jehovah's Witness mindset out of your mind and to clearly, you know, obliterate it from your mind. Now, I wanted to share something with everyone, is that I was thinking about when I was a child and how, as far as like being born and raised into it and everything, I kind of had parents that were somewhat lenient or whatever. Granted, I didn't have birthdays and Christmas and yada yada yada, but still, I had parents that were very loving, very lenient. They weren't like strict and like a lot of JW parents that I knew growing up. But of course, I didn't have no birthdays whatsoever. And in school, if somebody was having a birthday party, well, I was sent to the library. And it's so weird. I can remember in 3rd grade, my classroom was directly beside the library. So when I was sent to the library, I could hear, you know, happy birthday to you. I could hear like everything that was going on next door and the kids laughing and having fun and everything. And I was just a sad JW, just sitting in the library, just drowning in my tears and everything. But it's true. And I still think that that's happening every day. But I don't think parents are as strict as they were back in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s or whatever. But even still, my parents, they weren't like hardcore, hard-nosed JWs or whatever. When December would roll around, they would take us on a little shopping spree somewhere, and I would get like new toys. I was mad into Star Wars, boy. I was just obsessed with getting all the Star Wars figures because when the Christmas vacation was over with, Me and my friends, we would come back from Christmas vacation, and they would bring all the figures that they got, Star Wars figures that they got from, their little Christmas or whatever, and I would kind of feel left out if I didn't have some too. So I think my parents actually realized that. So they would take us on a little shopping spree during Christmas vacation. So I wasn't completely left out. And Thanksgiving, for as long as I could ever remember as a child, as a teenager, as a grown-up in the 20s or whatever, my parents always had a turkey dinner on Thanksgiving. Some people can probably relate. Thanksgiving must be the holiday that is sort of like an on-the-fence kind of holiday. No, I know some of you probably agree with me when I tell you this, but it's actually true. I can remember for the longest time going to my grandmother's house on Thanksgiving and all the family being there and everybody just having a gay old time, man, watching football and us kids going and playing outside and raking giant piles of leaves and jumping in them. I mean, those were some just happy times. Now, how could a child be robbed of something like that? I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't. And I really don't understand the harm in certain things. Now, here recently, you had Easter. Now, what is the harm in going somewhere? They have eggs laid out on this giant field. They may have moon bounce and face painting and games, and just the kids just go crazy over this stuff. And it's so joyful to see the happiness on children's faces when they run out onto that field and just grab up all those eggs and everything. Now I ask you, if you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this, what is the harm in that? Honestly, what is the harm in that? Now, they may say, well, it's based on pagan and everything. Well, and if that's the case, then take your wedding ring off, because that's pagan. Completely don't even acknowledge the days of the week or the days of the month. If you own a dog, get rid of it, because dogs are presented in a bad light in the Bible. If you're a sister and you wear eye makeup, you better wipe it off right now, because eye makeup is presented in a bad light in the Bible. There's so many things around us that are pagan. Wearing a tie. If witnesses knew of everything around us that was related to pagan, they might as well live in a shell or in a bubble. Because it's the truth. Seriously. So what is the harm in your children going to like an Easter egg hunt and having a joyous time and seeing the beautiful smiles on their faces when they are having such a happy time, instead of sitting at the Kingdom Hall, following along with the watchtower, reading the scripture, holding up their hand? Do you really think the children are happy going to the Kingdom Hall? I don't think so, because I can remember just waiting for that clock to strike 9:10 on Thursday night. You people know exactly what I'm talking about, because you probably remember also. Or waiting for that last song. Children are unhappy. Jehovah's Witness children are unhappy. And if you parents don't know by now, then wake up.